So when you go to as many shows as I go to in a year, you meet some super cool people in the industry. And one of those companies is XTech Tactical. So I got on their website and I ordered one of these AK mags. Actually, I ordered two. And these are their plum colored mags. And if you are a subscriber of my channel, you know exactly what I'm going to use these for. But we're not here to talk about these mags today. This will be in a future video. So when I went over to Full Send Freedom Fest, I got into town a little bit early. I needed to kill some time. So I went to a Sportsman's Warehouse. And while I was in there walking around looking at stuff, I saw these. The XTech Tactical Glock 17 mags. And one of my favorite things to do here on the channel is test out different Glock magazines. So I picked this 2-pack of mags up for 40 beans, and I'm pretty excited to test these out. So let's head out to the range and have some fun. Alright, before I get these out of the packaging, I wanted to give you a close-up of what the packaging looks like. So they basically just come in a Ziploc bag. That's the front. And there's what the back looks like. Alright, I got the mag out of the package. There's the top and what the follower looks like. You do have a steel feed lip all the way around here. There's what the bottom looks like. And you do have the holes here in the back to tell you how many rounds are in it. And here's the front, and it is cut out if you want to run this with the mag release set up for a lefty or a righty. Pretty cool. Now, like I said, I just got these out of the package, so I'm sure they're going to be a little stiff, but I just want to see how hard they are to load. Alright, I'm going to say one thing right out the gate. That was the hardest Glock mag I've ever had to load. Now, would it be easier with a mag loader? Absolutely. I don't ever use mag loaders. That's how I load my mags, so not real impressed with that. And the worst part is I cannot get that 17th round in there. I've got 16 in here, and there's no way I'm getting that 17th round in this. Alright, I'm back at the house, and I'm in the reloading room, and as you can see, this mag is loaded, and I was able to get a full 17 rounds in this mag. Now, let me show you what I did. Now, you're going to need one of these. This is a Glock mag tool. You got the hole right here. I will say one thing about these mags. They are well built, because everything on these mags is tight. So use that tool. It'll make your life a lot simpler. And we're going to remove the base plate. Going to pull the spring out and pull the follower out. Now our mag body is empty. Now all I did was I took some of my rim action cleaner, my breakthrough clean magazine brush. I got to do this off camera because I don't want to get this stuff on the lens. I sprayed a couple squirts of this in here, and then I cleaned it out with the brush. Then I just wiped the magazine body down. that stuff dries super quick. I just took the spring, used the same rag, just kind of wiped it down. And basically, I just inspected everything. Now, I didn't really see anything wrong. The followers look great. There's no burrs, jagged edges on them or anything like that. All right, while I got this apart, we're gonna put a little CLP on this because that's what I did with the other one. And there it is. Now let's see if we can load it up. And I went and did a little more digging, and I found a Glock mag loader. Hopefully I won't need it, but we got one. Alright, that time I was able to get 16 rounds in it, and I had to grab that mag loader to get that last one in there, but we've got them all in. Now, I did not need the mag loader with the first one, but I was struggling getting that last round in there. Actually, the last 3 rounds in each one of these mags are super hard to get in, but they're in. So what we're going to do is leave these mags sitting here loaded for about a week, and then we're going to head back out to the range. Alright, so far so good. The XTech 17 round mags ran perfect in the Ruger RXM. Now, this was the first gun we shot when we got back to the range after tearing those mags apart, so I really didn't know what to expect. Now, if this RXM looks a little different than it did in the shooting footage, well, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. I found a company that actually makes mag wells for the RXM. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button because we're going to have a lot of content coming out with some accessories that I picked up for the RXM. And I'll give you a second sneak peek. There's a different trigger in this gun now as well. Alright, let's head back out to the range. Alright, we're 2 for 2. The XTech mags ran perfect in the Daria DY9. Now, I just recently picked this gun up. I've already done an unboxing video and a review video on this. And it came with one 15 round mag from Daria. So we shot about 5 full mags with that mag in the review, and then we switched over to the XTech. So if you did watch the review video on this gun, You've probably already seen some of the shooting footage, but I'm happy to say that those XTech mags ran perfect in the DY9. I got one more gun I want to test these mags out in, so let's head back out to the range and have some fun. We are 3 for 3. The XTech mags ran perfect in the BCA Grizzly. Now I was a little worried about this gun because it's been picky with a couple different mags. The ones we had the most trouble with were the MAG mags that they made for the Glock 17. They did not work well at all in the Grizzly. So I figured this would be a great test for the XTech mags, but they passed with flying colors. So now I think it's time to head back out to the range and do a little abuse on this magazine. Alright, if you haven't watched me do these mag tests before, let me explain to you real quick what I'm going to do. I'm going to step back. I've got the tracking turned on the camera. I'm going to drop this mag on its front, on the side, on the base plate, and on the top. We're going to see if any rounds come out of the mag, or if the mag actually cracks or breaks. Then I'm gonna walk back to the back of my truck. I'm gonna grab the Bear Creek Grizzly. I'm gonna put this mag in there, and then we're gonna come up here and shoot a steel plate and make sure that all the rounds cycle out of the mag. Now hopefully I'm back far enough you can see. We're gonna go right on the base plate first. Okay. Round stayed in. It did bump forward just a little bit. Gonna push that back. Gonna drop it on its side. Okay. Stayed in. Looking good so far. We're gonna drop it on the other side. Okay, we're good. And now we're gonna drop it with the rounds down. Okay, they all stayed in. Look like they got bumped. I'm going to come back up to the camera. Definitely got, I didn't mean to drop it again. All right, we got a lot of scuff there on that bullet. Mags are definitely dirty. All right, we're going to run back, grab the Grizzly. I'll be right back. Ran them all. All right, we're back from the range, and I must admit, I had a lot of fun making this video. I don't know why, but I always like doing these aftermarket Glock mag reviews. I just think they're fun. And I must admit, I'm pretty happy with this XTech Glock 17 mag. Now, things didn't start out well. The first day at the range, I was getting pretty frustrated. Like I said, I could only get 16 rounds in the one mag, and the other one I could only get 13 rounds in them. So once I got them home and got them on the bench and tore them apart, I did have to use a mag loader for the last couple rounds, but I was able to get 17 rounds in the mag. I did let them sit for a whole week, and by the end of this video, these are actually starting to load pretty easy now. So the build quality on these is great. We dropped the mags on the ground a few times. We didn't have any rounds fly out of the mag, which happens a lot actually when we're testing these Glock mags. We always lose 1 or 2 rounds, but we did not have that issue with these. They're also built like tanks. Like I said, I don't think I could have got the base plate off of this the first time without using the Glock mag tool. And I like how they have the reinforced steel lips up here at the top. But all in all, they're good mags. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.